I'd like to ask you, Tilden Moschetti, what is the biggest risk?
I'd say that it's lack of communication. So, and that's which is unfortunate because it's also the easiest to fix, right? So, lack of communication will lead to failure to identify risks, whether it's the kind of risks we think about in the insurance game, like fire and hazard risk, right? We know those things are there, but communicating with your property manager, communicating with your tenants, communicating with those kind of people can all help identify, hey, yeah, and by the way, the sprinklers never work when we do the testing, or whatever those things are that can help reduce that risk. But certainly in my world, things go bad when you don't talk to people. So if I could have the best deal in the world, send people their regular checks, but all I'm doing is sending them money, and if it just looks like a black hole, then investors are always going to be thinking there's something wrong. I don't have any kind of transparency. I don't understand what's going on. Maybe this guy is ripping me off. Where it could be completely not true. But if I don't communicate, there's no way that they can ever know. And so I'd say by far, almost every risk kind of boils down to that lack of communication, or at least communicating a lot and really kind of understanding and listening and talking and kind of figuring out what's going on any kind of asset is going to, at the very least, reduce that risk or help you identify it or help mitigate it in some manner.
Yeah, no, well said. On that line, I'm curious, is there anything that you are able to discern or recognize upfront when working with a new prospective client or new client as to their level of communication?
I'm sometimes surprised when I find out communication doesn't go isn't going on to the level that I think investors are expecting. So most of the time, my talk, what I'm doing when a client hires me, it's what's your communication plan look like? Um, I structure my documents around in a way that always invites communication back in. Uh, I've never had a client like tell me not to. I've had people want to remove names or something like that, but I've never had anything where they didn't want the phone number or they didn't want the actual communication there. Um, so I do the best I can to kind of encourage it. And then it's always, if anything comes up, it's always, talk to your investor, talk to your investor, talk to your investor.